Hi again. I am so excited for today's video because we're going to be tier ranking all the books that I read in 2024 so far. It's like a half year check-in and I am so excited about it. So far I read 71 books, which is insane. I don't know how I've done it. So I'm going to show you. I don't know how to I'm gonna show you guys first what tiers we're working with. So let's start from the bottom and then we can work our way up. So we have I rather put bleach on my eyes. Just no. Like I don't like those books at all. I'd rather not have read them. I don't like them. They're either a DNF or a 1 star. So let's hope we don't have much of those. And then these are bad. Those are like 2.5. Just they were not good. I didn't enjoy them at all, and they were not it. Okay. And then I have I don't know, it's just like I enjoyed them, but I don't know, like I don't have any emotional attachment. I don't They're just whatever. Okay, they just don't, I don't know about them. I don't have like bad feelings towards it, but not good feelings either. They're just average books. Maybe I enjoyed them, but that was it. Crack on it, either it's just they have crack on it and I enjoyed them. I couldn't stop reading it and I enjoyed it. That's it. But it's not like oh my god, these are my favorite books. But I would recommend them and I have loved them, but they're not quite there yet. Okay, they're really really good and I love them. And then I have inject this into my veins. There, I said it. Like I would give my life away just so I could read this again for the first time. These are just too good. I love them. They're my entire soul. Okay, let's start. I have the Gram Effect and I love this book and I think this just had crack on it. I couldn't stop reading this book. It was so good and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the characters and yeah, it was good. You know, it was an enjoyable read. And then the Atlas 6. I didn't quite enjoy this first book. I was confused and I don't know, it was my favorite, you know. And then I started the Hunger Games books, like the whole series, and I enjoyed the first one. The first one I liked it. It's not my favorite. I think I give it a 3 stars, but it was good. I like the characters, I like the blood and everything. And then we have Catching Fire, which I can say it also had crack on it. I couldn't stop reading it. I almost read it like all together, but I didn't. And then I read Checkmate, which I really like this book. I gave it a 4. And it's not my favorite Ali Hazelwood book, but I would say it's a really good book. I was just not quite obsessed with King J. And I give it a 2 stars. I actually think I'll put in These Are Bad. Yeah, definitely These Are Bad. It's just I was so bored. I didn't like the characters' choices at all, and it wasn't my favorite, you know. So now that we can see, I think we can put this one in here. I know people love the Hunger Games, and I love the movies because as soon as I finished the books, I started watching the movies, and I enjoy them so much more than the books, which is something. I'm reading the Addicted and / Callaway Sisters series, and I've been enjoying it. I think this one, I really like this one. I know this one's not I know this one's not people's favorite, but I like it. Actually, I think no, let's just say it has crack on it, and then Addicted for now, it's another thing because I love them. I think I give it a 4.75. I love the blood, I love the reveals, I love seeing the characters development, I love Lilo. I think they're my favorite couples. I don't know, I haven't decided, but I love them. And then oh my god, my life changed forever. I love Sarah J Maas and I started reading The Assassin's Blade because I've been wanting to read Throne of Glass so bad. But I was like, you know what? I want to read the prequel first. And I'm so glad I did because I enjoyed it so much reading it that way. And I will die on that decision. You need to read The Assassin's Blade first. Even though Sarah J Maas doesn't say that you have to. I do say that. And I love this one. I really like this. I think even more than Throne of Glass, I enjoyed like the short stories about it and how we kind of like didn't know much about Selena, but at the same time we did, and I enjoyed her character so much, and yeah, I loved it. And then Throne of Glass, I really like the plot, but I think I still like the Assassin's Blade more than this one, and it's still I enjoyed it so much, the plot, everything, the whole trials, and love Selena. Okay, you with a view. I don't know about this one. This one I read for my book club, and it wasn't my favorite romance ever that I read. I think I gave it a 3 stars, and it was okay. There were some things that I didn't like, and that's fine. Okay, still, it's not a bad book. I recommended it, but it's just not like my go-to. And then I read A Little Life. I don't know how to rank it because I I don't know how to say it. This book, I didn't enjoy reading it, but I love reading it, you know? And I didn't give it a rating because I just couldn't. But I think it will be a 5 star. So I will say inject this into my veins, but at the same time, you know what? Love them, but too much. Okay? It was repetitive, really repetitive, but I still love the story, and it was traumatizing though. I still recommended it to some people. I would, but just go with caution. And then I kept reading the Throne of Glass series, and I love that I couldn't stop reading it. And kind of midnight, I loved it, but it's still not my favorite on the series, so I'll say crack on it. Still, reading the whole series, I would say inject this into my veins because I love the series so much. I love Sarjimas, and please inject this into my veins. But still, not my favorite. I'm still not obsessed with this one. And then Air Fire, I think I give it a 4.75. I love this book. Let me put them together. I love this book so much. Still, I know it's kind of boring, but I love it. I don't know. I think it's unpopular opinion that I love this one so much more than the other ones, but I love it. Honestly, I do love it. And then Queen of Shadows. Queen of Shadows, my favorite one. Well, my first, or I can I can't choose. This one's my favorite from the series. I love this book. This one was so much fun. But like, if you see like the first book, and then this one is just so good. My favorite. I get a 5 star, and I enjoyed this book so much. This one's a novella, The Exception of the Rule by Christina Lauren. This is short stories by, for example, Ave Jimenez here also. I don't want to rate them because I don't really like rate or ranking novellas, so I'll just leave them there. And then I obviously read Empire of Storms. I needed like this palette cleansers after reading like so much fantasy. So I read those in between Throne of Glass, but and then Empire Storms. I love Empire Storms. I love it. This one was so good. This one's like my third favorite in the whole series, and I will the ending. Yeah, that's it. And then Tower of Dawn. I don't know if it has crack on it. I give it a 4. But now thinking about it, if I wasn't reading it in the tandem, I would just say, okay. But I'll just say crack on it, yeah. Because I also wanted to like, know about what was happening in the whole revelations that were happening in there. Also, for Palette Cleanser, after that gut-wrenching ending on Inspire... I can't talk, I'm so sorry. After the ending on Empire of Storm, I needed a body cleanser because that was so much, and I started reading Lynn Painter. I never read a book by her, and it's just not my favorite book, and it wasn't like there was something bad about it, but it was okay book. I'm definitely going to read her other books. I'm so excited about them. And then I read The Masterpiece of Kingdom of Ash, and it's just nothing to say about it. Nothing. It's just perfection. That book is perfection. Bride. I read Bride because it was Alice Hazelwood's newest release, and it wasn't my favorite by her. I was so excited because I love, for example, The Vampire Diaries. I love it. And I was like expecting something like it. Like, not something like it, but like, I was just expecting to like it because I like that TV show. So, I don't know. it wasn't what I was expecting, and I didn't. The characters were my favorite one. Also, sorry, but I just forget. You know why I didn't like something? I'm just so bad at remembering plots or things like that or characters. And I read this. I wouldn't like to rank this one because it's a non-fiction, it's a memoir, but I quite enjoyed this book so much. I listened to it, and I would say I love them, but that's, it's not my favorite. And the whole concept of the book, I really like it, and the writing was really well. Not Exit by Taylor Adams. This one was not my favorite thriller at all. I think for thrillers are like so hard for not so hard for me to like. I will read them and I will enjoy them, but it's not like I'm obsessed with them. Like it has to give me like for me to like I love this book, So it's just whatever. Then I read my favorite book ever. We read this for my book club, and this is just a comfort read. I reread it, and I loved it so much more than the first time. I wish I could read it again because it's just so good. And I love the characters. I love Elliot and Macy. I love them together. I love their relationship. I love their friendship. I love everything. That's it. I am my whole favorite series on these words. Inject this into my brain because it's so good. Magnolia Parks, you need to read it right now if you haven't. Into the Dark was just perfection. This book was so perfect for me. Like it couldn't be anything less than a 6 out of 5 stars. You need to read Magnolia Parks, please. And the whole character development, like how they dealt with everything, and the ending was so cute. I want more books about them. Like I will never get tired of reading about them. I need them in my life. And I needed something, I don't know, fun, something easy to read. Behind the Net, which was so good. It has crack on it, honestly. I get a 4 stars and I enjoyed this book so much. I love the characters. I love the whole plot, if you know what I mean. And it's just a cute romance. I read Caraval and it wasn't my favorite one. I knew this one was not people's favorite. They love Once Upon a Broken Heart more than this one. I enjoyed it. I think I gave it a 3.5. And it was an okay book. I like the plot. Sometimes I was a little bit confusing. I like the writing. A bit descriptive, which is not my favorite thing in books. A little bit too much, yes, I would say. But still enjoyed it. It was a good read. I was excited to keep on with the other books. And then I kept with the Calloway Sisters series, Kiss the Sky. And I love this book. I was so excited for Connors and a Rose story, and this did not disappoint. See, it was not a quite 5 star, and I would say this was high crack on it. I'm putting them like by series together, and I really like it. I really did. There were so many things that were just unexpected. If you know, you know. But I still enjoyed it so much. I read The Teacher by Freya McFadden. I'm sorry, I hated this book. I hated the plot. I hated the characters. I hated the pace of the book. I hated everything on it. Still, I couldn't put it down. And Miss Frida McFadden knows how to do it. But the plot, it was just not it. Okay, not it. What? I just can't with it. I didn't like it. And the whole plot, it was like I said with thrillers, it takes a lot for me to like them. I would read them. I would read them in like a sitting, but the plot twist, the ending for this book was so bad. I just couldn't even like fathom it. I couldn't believe it. I guessed the whole thingy, and then at the same time I was like, what did you just do? I didn't like the ending either. I didn't like the whole book. I was trying to like, oh, maybe keep reading and it gets better. It didn't. And I was so excited because I really like Frida. But lately, like, her books are just not doing it for me. And I read The 7 Years Sleep and I love them. I think if I reread this book, I would give it a 5 stars. I gave it a 4.75. And I would inject this into my veins. The writing, The characters, the romance, the food. I want to eat the food from there. I loved it. It was so so good. I didn't expect it to like it at all, but I really like it. I read In the Likely Band by Rebecca Yarros. I just wanted to try it out that book. Rebecca is the author for Fourth Wing, and I love Fourth Wing, so I wanted to read her romances, and this was good. I gave it 4.75. So I'll just say, I don't know. I like it, but it was just an average book. Nothing too much about it. Nothing that I didn't like, but nothing that I didn't like either. Oh my god! Now we get to Love Letter to Whiskey. This honestly had crack on it. This book, I couldn't stop reading it. It had me feeling some things, and yeah, there's a lot of people who don't like this book, but I like it. It has a miscommunication trope, and I don't like that trope at all. But in this one, it did it for me. Okay, it did it for me. You know what? Maybe I'll put it love them, but no, it's good in there. Oh, I kept with the Carvel series, Carvel. I don't know how to pronounce it. Carvel. Do that, and then Legendary. I like Legendary more than Carvel, so I'll just put. Oh, I don't know. This is the 4 stars. Also Legendary, yes, because I really enjoyed them and like the whole plot and everything. And I like Tella more than I like Scarlett in her book. I think they're so annoying, and yes, they were annoying, and they were like just driving me crazy. But at the same time, I really like it. It's a good series. I think people should read it, and it's and and it ends better than it starts. So maybe you should try it out. I do recommend it. And I read Wonder Woman. I love this book so much. I read it 4.5. I enjoyed the whole plot of this book, and it was just so good. I really liked the romance. The romance was so cute and everything, even though it wasn't like it was a subplot, but at the same time it like felt like so much more of the book. And the magic system in itself, it's so good. Like at the beginning, I know it's a little bit hard to get into. This one was also for my book club, book of that month, and it kind of felt like a little bit hard to get into, they said, but for me it was so good. I couldn't stop reading. And then the ending, how the whole like plot and like how the whole conflict was resolved. Oh, it had me giggling. It didn't have me giggling. It just had me happy with the ending and like how they managed to like stop everything and solve it. So good. And then I obviously had to read the next book, and it was so good too. The other romance that they added, so good. I couldn't. These characters, they have something. They have a place in my heart anytime they want. You know what? I'm thinking about it, and I think Legendary. Maybe no here. And I'm thinking about it, Legendary. This I love Wonder Window much more than I love the Carvel, and I'll put Finale. Finale, I love Jax though. Okay, I love Jax. What did I read next? Oh, I read a memoir, which is A Stolen Life. I've been wanting to read that one since I first knew about that case, and I picked it up. Actually, I listened to it on Spotify. I really like it, but not fair to give it a ranking. So you know what? I don't know how to rank it because I still like it. I enjoyed it and how she dealt with everything, and I still think about that book to this day, and it's just so sad. It is sad. Then I needed to read something, that had me going, that had me thrilled. So I read First Light Wins, and this had crack on it. It honestly had crack on it. Uh, it's a quite good book, but it's just not my favorite thriller ever, and I was so confused. Like I don't know how to explain what happened in that book, cause I don't know, I don't remember. wait for it. I love Mariana Zapatas, but like I don't read her books that much, but I love her. I just get scared to get into them because they're kind of long, but I love the slow burn of them. And this slow burn was slow burning. You know, when like scenes that are like not even romantic had you giggling? I was like that. She just knows how to do it. She's just the best. And I love this book. I gave it a 4.75. She just gets it. She just knows how to do it. She just knows how to write a good book. Can I delete? Then we started reading Swift and Saddle. And don't get me wrong, I love the series. I love the first one more than this one. So I'll just say this one has crack on it, but it's much because I couldn't stop reading it. I really like the male main character. But the female main character, I didn't love her. She made some choices that then she redeemed herself, but at the same time I was like, I don't know, the book I was expecting more because I love the first one so much more, and like the whole characters, the character development, the whole plot, the whole romance, and this one just, I mean, but it had crack on it because I couldn't stop reading it. I read The Love Wager. I like the whole premise of this. It was so entertaining to read this book. I like it. I like the characters, but that was it. It was okay. You see, we're seeing a pattern with Miss Lane Painter, and I need to like change it because I need to read her next books. Okay, I need to, and I want to, but she hasn't been doing it for me. Then I let Finley Donovan Knocks I'm Dead. These has crack on it. These are so bad. Maybe I put these are bad. And the whole plot is just like, it just doesn't make sense. I enjoyed it. But I don't know. I just need to finish this series. Still, they made me laugh out loud. Sometimes we just need those types of book. Oh my god, this is just Abby Jimenez just knows how to do it. She just knows how to do it. The emotional, the romance, the everything, the characters, everything about this book is just perfection. Justin, I love the friendship. I love how Abby Jimenez books first is a friendship that's formed, and then there's the romance, and I love that. They're just best friends first, and then lovers second, and I just their chemistry, their chemistry, the banter, and how they communicate so good, and that their act conflict. I hate those. I hate their act breakups, but let me tell you, this one was necessary. Abby Jimenez knows what she was doing, and she ate. Okay, she slayed this book. Everything about this book is just perfect. And then I started reading Once Upon a Broken Heart because I needed to. Okay, I couldn't be on the unknown for so long, so I read it, and I like it. But it wasn't my favorite. Okay, I expected to like it so much more because everyone said Once Upon a Broken Heart it's much better than Caraval, and I was like, okay, I get it. And then I read it, not quite it. I was, like I said, I was expecting more, and it wasn't just my favorite book. The plot wasn't my favorite. Evangeline, I think my problem with those two series, I think, are the female main characters. I don't love them that much. They're not my favorite. Their decisions are not my favorite, so I think that's a me problem. And I love Elsie Silver. I love the Chestnut Springs, and I was so excited to read more about this one because it's like this is the first book in the Rose Hill series, and it didn't disappoint. I love Ford, I love Rosie, I love the Ranter, I love everything about them. I love the whole plot of like they're doing some things together, some other things together rather than just the whole romance, and I love the other subplot of like the parenting and everything. I don't want to give too much away because I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, so I'm just ranking them. Oh my god, jump scare. I read the whole Red Queen series 2022, I think, and I had to read the last book, and I didn't because when I started it was so boring. And then I was like, this year I need to finish it. I need to finish it. I need to finish it. I need to finish because I've been reading it for so long. I'd rather not. I was like at this of the DNF in it. This book was so long, and then on top of that, it was repetitive and boring. So it was no. I also think it's my fault because I read like so long after I read the whole series that I couldn't remember anything. I was so lost. I was not enjoying the characters. I hated actually the characters. They were so annoying. So yeah, Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams. Ah, I love this book. This was so cute. When in Rome, I read that one last year and I like this one more than When in Rome. I don't know, I like the characters more. I like the romance in this one. The other one, I didn't feel like my favorite. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Oh my god, I love The Invisible Life of Ada LaRue. I've been wanting to read this book for so long and I finally did. Okay, so for that one, it was a little slow and boring at the beginning, but I was still intrigued by the whole premise of the whole book and I wanted to know what was going to happen. So I couldn't stop reading it. And I read it in a day. In a day. The writing was incredible. I couldn't get enough of it. So good. Please read it. Then I read The Fake Out, and I'm obsessed with Rory. I love him, and this one definitely has crack on it, like Behind the Net. I enjoyed them both the same. I yeah, I definitely need to read more by Stephanie Archer because I enjoyed it. It's just those type of romances that you need once in a time, you know. Oh my god, Normal People. I enjoyed this book so much. After I don't know how many times I said I was never going to read that book, I read it and I enjoyed this book so much. The whole miscommunication, I get it. I get the whole miscommunication of this book. It didn't, it was not, it didn't take away from my enjoyment of the book, or like I understood why it was happening, okay? The writing is so good. She did something with this. This was heartbreakingly beautiful. That's all I have to say for this book. I've been reading quotes on TikTok from this book for so long, and I finally picked it up, and I really like this book. I would say I loved it, but I give it 4 stars, but they're just Jace and Will were just so relatable. Their whole character development, I loved it. I loved the ending, and I don't want to say it because it will be a spoiler, but I loved the ending. It was just a perfect ending and how it had to end, and that just made me so happy because it was just like so, like I said, so relatable and like real life, and I just love that. Yeah, that was like my favorite things about that book. The Ballad of Never after that book, and it still was a 4 star, and it had crack on it. I really liked the book. I really liked the ending. The ending had me what? But still, not my favorite book. I was so sad about it because I was like, I knew The Ballad of Never After was everyone's favorite, and I like it more than Once Upon a Broken Heart, but it was still. So I was so sad about it. I wanted to love it much more. I do wanted to. And then I read a funny story by Miss Emily Henry. Oh my god, this. If I reread this book, it can be a 5 star. It could be a 6 out of 5 star. But in the moment, it wasn't. Okay, I love the character. I love the writing. Coming back to Emily's writing, it's just like coming back home. Nothing can top it. But it was just not Happy Place good. It was not Betrayed good. Okay, so keep that in mind. And then I read Emily's Wild. I was so excited about this book. So excited. But unfortunately, I DNF'd it. But I can't because I read like 50 till 60% of the book. And I was waiting until it get better. It get better. it didn't, and I was so sad about it because, like I said, I was so excited about it, but it was just so boring. And like, I know it's a cozy mystery, not cozy mystery. I know it's a cozy fantasy, but I felt like I was reading for like school so I could learn. And I know it's a Emily's. That's my fault, you know. Encyclopedia, it says it there. So, and after reading Throne of Glass, I was like, I need to read Crescent City right now. But you know what? I was like, that's like a big commitment. I need to like wait a little bit. So I did, and then I read it. Oh my god, I like this one. It's a lot of information at the beginning, but still enjoyed it. I still was interested in like the whole mystery that it involved, like that subplot. I really like it, but it's not quite there. You know what? It has crack on it. Yeah, that's it. It has crack on it because I just needed to read it so I could know what was happening, what was going to happen. Or sorry, someone called. So I was reading it just because I wanted to know what was going to happen. Like who did what. So that was my thing. And then let's talk about the second one. Uh, I still like the first one more. I like the first one more, and I don't know how I feel about this book. I just don't know. I don't know. The ending was my favorite part. That's it. That's all I have to say, honestly. Read the cheat sheet by Sarah Adams again. I like her books. You know, there's something, and they're just wholesome, cute romance, and I like that. I like to read that from time to time. You know, in just one sitting. I enjoy them. So that one was like a 3 stars, but I would say it had crack. I'll say it's there you go. You know, like I said, those books need to exist. Then after that, I read the rule book, and I like it more than the cheat sheet. Okay, I like it more than that one. I enjoyed it more. I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm so sorry. You just know. You just see the ranking, and you just know you have to read it. Um, I was so excited for this one, but it wasn't quite there. I don't know. I was bored with this book. It wasn't my favorite. I like the characters. It was just like it was weird. You know, I was so excited about Reich and Daisy, and it was a 3.5 still. I enjoyed the book and everything, but it wasn't my favorite on the series. That's it. Um, I don't know how I like it more than Ricochet, but I did. It's still, I want to read more about them because I want to know how they're going to deal with everything, and I feel like I love the characters, and I know this is like more like character driven books and series, and I don't mind that. I actually love that. So just this one, I don't know. The whole day today that was happening was whatever. I read A Curse for True Love. It's still a 4 star, okay? 4 stars still. Why is this not okay? It's still a 4 star. I wish I liked this series more. I really do wish. But it's okay. I enjoyed it. It's really good. Still, I love the writing. I love it. And I have nothing else to say about this whole series. There were so many things left open that I was just waiting on, like, you know, is she gonna write more books about the whole plots that were like left unwritten for? I don't know what to say. I don't what's the word? I don't know. Is she going to write more about this? Please let me know if she will. I'm murdering the family for my book club. This was not it. I didn't enjoy this one. There were so many plot holes. There were okay, so the book started out great, and like the whole premise had me intrigued because this is like a book that you're supposed to like you go, they give you the whole information. You're investigating someone's murder while they're doing in a TV show, and you're supposed to like help, not help them, but like while they're getting the information, you're also getting the information, and like that's the format. Like they give you like scripts and interviews and maps, things like that, okay? And you're supposed to like try to figure it out who killed who, well, the person, with the whole, well, the book is happening while you're reading it. And like I said, it started out great, but in the middle it got confusing and boring. And there were so many plot twists that just didn't work out for me. They were just there to be plot twists, and it didn't work out because at the end it didn't even make sense that they were there. In the format was not my favorite, in the sense that it was more telling you than actually showing the reader, and I didn't like that. The description of things was so, I couldn't grasp on that format. So we got nothing literally for that, what they were talking about. I don't know, I just think I expected to see those visuals because of the format of the book. It just didn't work out for me. And then I read House of Flame and Shadow. I haven't given a rating yet. I think this is like a 3.5 stars. This was quite disappointing, like everyone has said. I'm just this was just info dumping all the way, and I was expecting more from the book. Uh Also, I felt like things were easy for the main character. You know, it was just too easy, too, and the ending too easy as well. That's all I have to say. I don't want to give out spoilers, so I'll just say, I don't know, because I don't know about this one, really. I was so sad because I love Akatar and I love Throne of Glass. These are just my babies. And then we get this. I was like, oh. Wildfire, I had to read it, and I love Icebreaker, and I was so excited about this one. But then people say like, it's not, you know. I know Icebreaker is not that good, but it's good for me. So I enjoyed it a lot. I would say it has crack on it. You know, no, it has crack on it. Yes, I enjoy the characters. I enjoy like the whole setting of the book. I want to go on a camp. And the couple in this book, I love them together. It's just the type of couple that you would say, they're going to be in love forever and forever. Like they're going to be old and old, you know. They're like, I love you. I read Binding 13. I was so scared to get into this series, but I wanted to read it so much. And why is this not, oh my god, I need this to go up. I love them. These are my babies. I sobbed like a baby while I was reading the ending of this book, and I need to read the next book ASAP. I just need to see their happy ending. I really need to because they deserve it. And I was so sad while reading this book. I said I was not going to rank novellas, but this one was so good. Powerful. It felt just like a book. Like I needed to read more, and I knew this one was going to be sad, but I couldn't. The ending, obviously I knew the ending, but at the same time I was like so sad. It was painful. And I was so sad reading the whole book because I just knew what the ending was going to be. So yeah. So I'm just not gonna rank it, but just so you know, I love this one, and I love Adina, and I love this book. I love this series. I'm so excited for Reckless, please. I need Reckless right now. I want to read it. Just I need to know what's going to happen. 7 days in June. In June. It took me a while to get into it, but it was my fault. I was on a trip, so you know, it was my fault. But I really like this book, you know? I think I gave it a 4 stars, and it has crack on it. I needed to know what's going to happen. I love the whole setting in New York. I just love New York setting. I love New York setting, and I was in New York while reading this book. I love the characters. I loved how they dealt with like their issues. The one thing that I didn't like was the epilogue. I didn't like the epilogue. At the same time, I enjoyed the whole book. So, but Thrive. Thrive was not my favorite from the whole Addictive series, and like I said, I love Lilo. I love them with my whole heart. And I would read everything about them, but this one was boring. Still, I know it was necessary for the whole like story and character development and like to know what was going through their heads and like their feelings while the other two books were happening. But at the same time, it was boring. Okay? It was boring. I needed to finish that book so fast because I was like over it, but I wanted to read it because I love Lilo and I love and like the ending. I need to know what's going to happen. People love this series, and I love it too, but I'm not obsessed with them. But I love them. Okay, don't get me wrong. I love them. I'm enjoying so much reading about them and like their whole life and the whole drama. I just love rich people drama. Oh my god, I love this book. Was so good. It makes me so happy. I read it. This one was my first Elaine Hildebrand book. Did not disappoint. I love this book. I read the Hotel Nantucket and I felt like I was in the hotel with him. I just felt like that. The epitome of summer. This book is just the whole feeling of summer. I need to reread it. I can't. I love this book so much, and you feel like you're in the island with them. You feel like you know the characters. You want to know what else is going to happen to them, and like they're like with their whole thing. I don't know. I love the essence of summer. I love the whole mystery, the friendships, the romance, the little subplots that it has. And then I hate ghost on any book, but I love the ghost in this one. I think this book is a must read, and when I reread this book, I will, it'll be a 5 stars. I get a 4.25, but I really need to think on it again because I haven't stopped thinking about it. So I think it's a 4.5 or a 4.75. I need to read more by Ellen because I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the descriptions of things. Like I said, I felt like I was in there. So I think that just says something. So read it. If you get one thing from this, you need to read that book and then the whole list inject this into my veins because it's so good. Those are like 6 out of 5 stars. And then, oh, I have one book left. I read Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. Oh, this has crack on it. Definitely crack on it. I would say Love Them Bad. No, this is, yeah, that's perfect rating for that one. This was so good. I heard mixed reviews about this one, but then I read it and I was like, I like it. I really do like it. I like the whole romance, the character development. You know what's something I love about Ali's books? It's just the whole science subplot and conflicts that we have in like their workplace or I don't know, whatever she puts about the science subplot, they just get me. They just get me going. So please keep doing it, even though people say it's repetitive and it's just the same book over and over again. I do love it. So Ellie Hazelwood, please do it, keep doing it because it just does it for me. So that's all my books rank. So I love these books. Please read any of these books that are on the first one or even the second one because they're just so good. I'm happy about that ranking. I really am. Look at it. Crack on it. It's just there's so many of them. Oh. Maybe we will do this at the end of the year with like the entire books that I read, and I'm already excited about it because I want to see what I'll keep reading and maybe like if this ranking will change. And if you like it, please like it and comment if you want to say something. Recommend me some books. I'll read them and subscribe. Bye.